Studies. A very good evening to all the members today. Before we start the session, we would like to have a share with you a good news that yesterday Borivali Central CP Study Circle conducted a vaccination drive and more than 655 members were vaccinated from morning 9:50 to 3:30, and it was a really successful event. We got a news from the hospital that this was the very well organized and the best vaccination drive till date they have witnessed in their vaccination drive they are conducting since last 2 months. So we are very proud for our BCSC. Thank you members for all your support. And we had Durgesh Bhai, who was leading from the front from the morning, who witnessed the whole event, and he was there for 4 hours with us. So thank you, Durgesh Bhai, for sharing your time with us. Before we start the session and before I invite Durgesh Bhai, we will start our institute anthem first. So please, members, raise for the institute motto. Welcome, my friends. Another also there is good news that when institute has raised WIRC referencer for all our members, and they were expecting that at more than 300 people should get this referencer from the study circle end. And we are very happy to say we got booking for more than 550 referencers. So thank you very much, members, for giving your all-round response. Now, yes, we have our Central Council member Durgesh Bhai Kabra will give a keynote speech also, apart with Praful ji also. So as he was there tomorrow, I would now request Durgesh Bhai to please share your experiences for the yesterday event and also regarding the institute things. So your mic is not on.
Thank you, Nilesh, the convener of Borivali Central CP Study Circle, past president of our institute, CA Prafulla Chajerji, Mrs. Roy, and the all core team members of Borivali Central CP Study Circle, Sharad Bhai, Deepen, Vishal, Vijay, and Aman. It's indeed a pleasure for me to be part of this study circle always, and I feel proud that I'm one of the founder of this study circle, as well as the founder convener also. And yesterday, as Nilesh has told, Nilesh and his team has done a lot of legwork. Day before yesterday, they were there at least for 6 to 8 hours, and they have seen that all the best possible arrangement should be made, and that has been made. And yesterday's event has been done very successfully. Even the MLAs and MPs of our area who came there and seen, they were so amazed that what a nice arrangement have been done. Even the hospital staff, as well as all the person and our members who have come for the vaccination, I think they were very happy on looking at the arrangements made by the Borivali Central CP Study Circle team at the Bhatia. So congratulations to Nilesh and his whole team and let us hope that we have one after 84 days, as well as, if possible, we should have one or two more for all the members. So we can help all the members getting vaccinated and even their articles getting vaccinated as early as possible. Now, coming to the today's VCM, which is on the Code of Ethics, we have with us the chairman of Ethical Standard Board, who is the past president of our institute, CA Prafulla Chhajerji. So a person who is heading the Ethical Standard Board is there to guide all of us and has to give the will be giving the keynote address. And he has gone through all the process of the ICAI because he has reached to the top of the ICAI. So he knows that what is important and what is important about the ethics and about the code of conduct of all the chartered accountants. Friends, let me tell you one thing about, he'll speak on this code of ethics, that is fine. But let me tell you one thing about Prafulla Chhajerji. He is a person, during his tenure, our all meetings of the Central Council got over by 6 o'clock. We never waited more than that. All agendas of the meetings were completed. None of the agendas was adjourned whenever the meeting took place. And he is the person who set aside 30 crores for audit tools in the very first year of the beginning. And one important event which I cannot forget in my life, when we interacted with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Let me tell you, it was with respect to the disciplinary mechanism. When we went there and we discussed when the meeting got started, the lady whom the work was given and she started addressing. It was like this, that they were on us, but by the time of ending of the meeting, the things got completely changed. Whatever issues were raised by the lady under whose chairmanship of chairpersonship that committee was working, that what should be the right with the ICAI, how the disciplinary functions should come, how the secretariat should work in the ICAI, and the way Prafulla Chhajerji has replied, it was amazing. And ultimately, at the end of the meeting, all the government nominees were with the ICAI, and they said, yes, there is no lacuna in the disciplinary mechanism at the ICAI level. Nobody forces us to do anything, and we are taking the right decisions. One thing this, and the other thing was at the end, Secretary Sir has told, we want the term of yours to be extended for one more year. So President Sir has told, no, sir, I don't want. My family is waiting at home. Let it be completed. The other fellow will take the charge of this. But this was in the meeting, official meeting. The secretary, Mr. Injeti Srinivas, has said that why 1 year term should not be extended to 2 years for you, and thereafter automatically. But he, the person, he said, no, sir, this is not required. Let the system be as it is. So, and that was wonderful, wonderful experience of mine, which I feel that I cannot forget in my life, which I have seen with the government authorities, dealing with the government authorities. With this, I thank you all, and we will listen a lot of things from two persons, Prafulla ji, as well as Vijay Kumar Jalani ji and Mrs. Roy. Mr. Jalani is trying to, there is some technical hitch. He is not able to join, but he is trying to join. So hopefully once he joins, he's also having thorough knowledge of the code of ethics as far as the ICAI's code of conduct and code of ethics is concerned. So we all will be benefited by that, for sure. With this, over to Nilesh, and thank you all for giving me a patient hearing. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Durgesh Bhai. Durgesh Bhai, as you said that Prafullaji denied for the second term as family was waiting. But one thing is very sure, Durgesh bhai, your family will have to wait another 4-5 years. That is for sure. So now, before I introduce Chairman of Ethical Standard Board, past President of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for the year 1920, I would request Vijay Joshi, my core committee member, to please introduce our past President of the day, our past President of the Institute, Prafulla Chatterjee. Over to you, Vishal.
Thank you, Nilesh. Indeed, it's indeed my pleasure to introduce our past president, Prafulla Chatterjee. He served as a president of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India for the year 1920. During his tenure, various important initiatives and decisions such as UDIN, self-service portal, digital learning hub implemented. He has been serving ICAI for almost 20 years. He is a global chairman of Executive Committee of World Congress Accountants 2022. He is also elected as a board member of Confederation of Asia and Pacific Accountants (CAPA). He has served on various national and international organizations such as SAFA, IFAC, SMP committee. He is also director in ICAI Accounting Research Foundation, director in Indian Institute of Insolvency Professional of ICAI, director of ICAI Registered Valuer Organization. He is also served as an independent director in IRDA. Currently, he is associated with various committees of ICAI. With this brief introduction, I request on behalf of BCIC, request Aman Khandelwal to present the e-memento. Thank you, sir. Nilesh, you can take your chair.
Thank you very much, sir. So now, not taking much time, over to you, Prafulla, sir. Please start with your keynote address to our members.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Welcome, Vijay, sir.
Thank you very much. At the outset, let me thank the entire team of the Borivali Central CP Study Circle for inviting me here. I can take few names: Nilesh Vasa, Pradeep Chandwani ji, Vijay Jalam ji, the person who just now introduced me, Vishal Bhai, and everybody. So many people are there. It is not one person's job; it is the teamwork. And I had been witnessing the good work done by this particular study circle for over many years. And I used to meet all of you, especially during the annual award receiving ceremony, and the entire team will come. And naturally, when you put your entire hard work for the year, so that good moment is there. So I had witnessed that good work done by the US Study Circle. Compliments and congratulations to all of you for yesterday's good drive about vaccination. And let me tell all the members, friends, whether you are at the study circle level, regional council level, branch level, central council level, ICAI entirely works on the Seva Hi Dharma Hai. Everybody is putting aside their work, their personal practices, their family time, and try to give it back to the profession in different capacities. And when the nature is, the nation is facing this kind of pandemic, naturally the members also require certain help from our fellow colleagues, and this is the good work done by the study circle. I must also put on my record my special compliments to the entire team for contributing a huge sum for the CABF also. That will also go, in miles to help the other members. Thank you so much, Nilesh Bhai and your entire team. My council colleague, again, dear friend Durgesh Bhai, to whom I know last for 20 years in public life, and we were together in the regional council. Subsequently, he became the chairman. Now, as my good friend and my council colleague in the central council, I am always being benefited by his tremendous experience. One person missing here when we talk about the Borivali Central CP Study Circle. Now I am the past president. Now current president is from your own study circle, Nihar Bhai, and he is also my council colleague in that particular sense. So together with their help, whatever we could do achieve, it is the tenure of one president, and that list goes on. So that is there. I am really happy today you are invited, two distinguished people. Madam Roy, who is going to speak about the, on technicalities of the subject, and another, he is a government nominee, but again, more than a government nominee, he is a good friend, advisor, philosopher to the entire council. Vijay Jalani sir, who is also now fortunately joined us. He's been there for last about 6 years as a Government of India nominee on the council. He is also qualified chartered accountant, but now practicing as now at the advocate. So therefore, वो बोलते हैं ना कि one CA lifetime CA. So everything that love will you cannot take out that love from his heart. So he is also very passionate about the activities of the ICI. Friends, let us not take much time, and I'll quickly share my few thoughts about this code of conduct, code of ethics, and all those things. Many times, especially if you see the profile of our Indian chartered accountants, they are into a small proprietorship kind of thing, and many times they feel these kind of restrictions. You are not allowing this, you are not allowing that, and all those things are difficult, especially for the smaller firms or smaller practitioners to follow. But let me tell you, friends, as you are aware, we are now the second largest accounting body in the world. There are about 50,000 chartered accountants from India who are working overseas. There are about 15 to 17 MRAs and MOUs with various professional bodies, right from CPA Australia to Institute of England and Wales kind of thing. Why this was possible? It was possible because we follow the entire, in our studies also and in our profession also, the all international standards. Our entire journey of the entire international accounting standards, auditing standards, and ethical standards is also important, because when we call ourselves as a profession, one of the very strong pillars is the ethics. And therefore, what is happening at the international level, that also we have to adopt, maybe slowly, but gradually. Yes, all those things which is good for the profession, not only in India, but across the globe, that we are trying to do. And in that particular process, so many things that come through the International Ethical Standards Board. We have our own Ethical Standards Board where we discuss everything, and subsequently we take it to the council for the final approval of the things that is being proposed. So I was talking about the expectations of the member from the ethical side of the profession, etc. And many times, today's topic is very, very important in terms of whether they can do advertisement, what kind of website, what kind of corporate practice can be done. I'm not going into this, but let me give the brief of all those things. See, now because of pandemic, especially for last 2 years, we are feeling this technology is very important. Social, media is very important in terms of reaching out to the people. But at the same time, as I said in the beginning, we are the professional, and this backbone of profession is ethics. So blending that particular backbone of ethics and also allowing member in whatever best possible manner. Of course, we are open for all your suggestions, etc. So council has from time to time has come out with various format, because if you remember now, many senior chartered accountants are there. They will say ki earlier, you cannot be a director in a company like managing director or working director, executive director kind of thing. But way back in 2006, council has come out with the now you can practice little bit into management consultancy in terms of privately limited companies, etc. Of course, that speaker will speak. Similarly, now website and all those things. But little, I also request all the members. Many things ICI and its board is permitting to all of you to do, but sometimes just don't go overboard into that and do the things which is not good for the profession. Like one example, like website. So many people are now pushing the content of the website. Now, what is allowed, not allowed, that you understand, and accordingly you publish things on the website. What could be the pull method, push method kind of thing. Whether now we are talking about this pandemic, whether you can share certain things, document management with the client, of course, by following certain protocols, that is also permitted. What kind of logo you cannot say, you can use. Also, there are few other things which the council has currently deferred, like compliance to the other laws and regulations, and also fee size, whether taxation services should be allowed to the practicing chartered accountant where you are the auditor kind of thing. So these are part and parcels of it we are deferred to the next year because now pandemic is there. So that is one important thing. Also, new paper is coming about the partner rotation internationally. They are talking. Definitely, we will also talk that particular thing. As far as this committee is there, as I was mentioning, please give all your suggestion based on the difficulties that you are facing in terms of what should be the our current expectations from of you from the ICI, and definitely we will discuss those particular thing into the committee very soon. Maybe in a before end of this month only, we will be having a search portal wherein now many times, again, now today's topic is advertisement, they are not there and all those things. So whether I can put my name on the marketing websites where they collect the data, etc. So we thought at ICI, why not to have our own search engine portal kind of thing. So suppose somebody wants to find out who is the chartered accountant in Borivali, somebody has given him the Nilesh Vasa's number or name, etc. So they can search on that particular portal now, all those details, whatever the council has permitted. So this week only, next 10 days only, we will be releasing, and that is going to be very, very helpful, not only from your point of view, but also from the user point of view, the people who wants to have our services. So many things which are, are definitely going to come. So friends, as I said, both the speakers are also fortunately connected to the Ethical Standards Board. Roy madam, she is being also contributing very in a large extent to for this particular committee. Vijay sir, Vijay Jalani ji is also with us. Only one thing, one disclaimer on behalf of everybody, I can see their views are personal. They are not representing ICI here. So because many times what happens, ultimately they are also human being. Suppose that particular moment, if you skip one thing or you are not remembering and all those things, so of course one has to go back to the, like any other subject matter also. So they are all here to help you, to guide you, to navigate you through what is the thinking process, what could be the logic behind it. And as I said, we all as a team are open for all your everything, and definitely what is good for the profession, that I will try to tell. Last one thing, friends, we are in 2021. Next year, for the first time in the history of the ICI, the World Congress has been given to the, which is going to be hosted by the ICI. World Congress is one event which is of the IFAC. It happens only every 4 years, and there are many members who are, having, because it is going to happen for the first time, the World Congress, people are not aware how it functions and all those things. So let me tell you, it is the, as we have our regional conferences and all those things, this is the global conference of chartered accountants. Typically 5,000-7,000 members do attend that particular conference. There are maybe about 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus accountants, professors, eminent academicians. They also come and attend. From overseas also, there will be people from the corporate, it is going to be a big event. And many times I also, people also feel that there is a budget of 45 crores or something of that sort. Friends, we all are chartered accountant. Whenever we plan an event, there has to be a budget. That does not mean that this is the expenditure. Budget means this is my total expenditure as of now, what we are seeing. It will be, now there will be advertisement, there will be a participation fee kind of thing. And in the ICI, we always try to do each and every program properly, well budgeted, and we always try to do for the best, which is in terms of good for the members and the profession. Because as I said, there are about 50,000 members are also overseas. All these activities will help enhance the brand ICI, which you and me are the pride, what I can say, the member of this particular institution, great institution. So as things move, definitely we'll come back to the membership at large, explaining the various things that are happening on the World Congress point of view. So thank you once again, Nilesh bhai, and your entire team. And as I said, the entire team is working, because credit cannot come to one person. Let it go to the entire team, not only for this, because for last 15-20 years at least I am witnessing these activities. So once again, thank you. Now Jalani sir, thank you very much. Sir, you are from Delhi, but in Mumbai also we welcome you. And I am from this particular region, so I am really happy that you are also, apart from your other busy schedule and also contributing activities, but you also come for even for a study circle meeting. And this is one important thing, friends. As I said, he might be a government nominee, but we work as a team. So over to the organizers once again. Definitely, topic is really interesting. I urge members that please pay attention to the entire deliberations for next 1.5 hours time, which is going to be, because small things, some errors will be there and you will land into a trouble. Because in ICI disciplinary, you just pay 2,500 rupees and disciplinary process can start. And people are watching. So, and it is many times it is out of ignorance. It is not the members, they want to publish or advertise themselves. They are not aware. So this kind of seminars will definitely help. I do not know whether your study circle has also arranged one program, but my suggestion from my side will be Council has recently approved the new networking guidelines. So please have one, webinar on that particular thing also, because that was one thing which our membership at large was looking for a very long time. Of course, it is not a foolproof document in that particular sense, but it is a beginning towards, how we can come together, how we can collaborate. And definitely it is a 1 or 2 steps or 5 steps ahead than what we were yesterday. We are also, the presidents are nearby, has also formed a group for having our international networking guidelines, etc. Definitely, and you are fortunate that Durgesh Bhai nearby, they are the core committee member kind of thing, easily available to all of you. So I'm quite sure that each one of you is updated. But some of the topics, whenever you need me, I'll be always be available. Thank you so much for having me here. Stay safe. I request all of you to follow all the precautions. It should not be like that. Now, numbers are decreasing in terms of corona, and we take it granted. And unfortunately, because some of our chartered accountants also lost their lives, etc. So we are with everybody. Thank you so much. Over to the organizers. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Professor, for acknowledging the event yesterday. Yes, it was a teamwork, and we would like to say 3 cheers for BCSC team. And now we have another 2 esteemed speaker of the day, Advocate Vijay Jalani sir and CA Mrs. M. Roy. So now, before taking much time for the members, I would now request Aman Khandelwal to please introduce both the speakers of the day.
Thank you, Nilesh sir. I would like to introduce Mr. Vijay Jalani sir first. He has passed final examination of ICAI in November 1982. He was the managing partner of Messrs. Jalani and Company Chartered Accountants till the year 2016. He was also the chairman of Northern Indian Regional Council of ICAI in the year 99-2000. He was nominated as council member of Institute of Cost Accountants of India by Government of India between 2002 to 2004. He was also nominated as council member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India by Government of India for the term 2015 to 2019. He was nominated as council member of ICAI for the term 2015 to 2018 by the Government of India. Now Government of India has again nominated him to the Council of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for the term 2019 to 2022. During the year 2021, he was member of the following committees of ICAI: Executive Committee, Accounting Standard Board, Board of Studies, Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Committee, Corporate Laws and Corporate Governance Committee, and many other such committees. He is presently practicing as advocate and providing legal consultancy.
Thank you.
And now I would like to introduce Mrs. Roy, our second speaker for the day. Mrs. Roy is a partner of AP Sansgiri and Company. She's a chartered accountant, a certified fraud examiner, and ISO 9001-2015, ISO 27001-2013 lead auditor with 15 years of work experience in audit, internal control system reviews, controls, risk assessments, process reviews, corporate governance, banking operations, compliance, fraud investigations, money laundering controls, quality management system. She was a special invitee to the Ethical Standard Board of ICAI Central Council for the year 2020-21. Member of FRRB of ICAI Central Council and co-opted member in Ethical Standard Board of ICAI Central Council for the year 2021-22. She is also an avid marathon runner and loves adventure sports. She is also a trained personal counselor.
Thank you very much, Vijay sir and CA Mrs. Roy. We would also like to present a 500 rupees donation to CABF on your behalf by our study circle to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Before I request CA Mrs. Roy to start her presentation, I would just request Vijay sir to just give a brief note of the topic, and then I think Mrs. Roy can start the presentation. Is it comfortable, Vijay sir? Vijay sir?
So normally what happens, the study circle were giving earlier the memento, but we have made a system now, very small memento we share, and the 500 rupees on behalf of, in the name of the speaker, we transfer the amount to the CABF always. So that amount goes to the CABF. So that's how we started this initiative.
Yeah. Yes, sir, you can start, sir, the presentation. Yeah. Mrs. Roy, please start the presentation. All yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Praful sir, Jalani sir, Durgesh ji, and entire Borivali CP circle for this opportunity. So let us start with the code of ethics and yeah. Today we will discuss the general overview of Code of Ethics of 2019 of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. So as a profession, every profession is having code of ethics, and the Chartered Accountant Act has been enacted in the Parliament, and it is the base support. It is a backbone of our code of ethics, basically. So now here we are basically discussing 2019 code of ethics, and we all know that in 2019 our code of ethics undergo a lot of change after so many years. So it is the 12th edition of Code of Ethics. This is the first time the Code of Ethics segregated in volume 1, 2, and 3. And here the e-version of the code is also available, and we Ethical Standard Board and ICAI are arranging various awareness programs to assist members in their efforts. So basically we are trying to aware the member that what is the Code of Ethics and how you can be aware of that and how you can safeguard yourself. Now, I'm going to give you a very brief differentiation between 2009 Code of Ethics and 2019 Code of Ethics. Code of Ethics of 2009 has Part A and Part B, which was applicable till 30th June 2020. So after 30th June 2019, Code of Ethics started application basically. Part A based on provision of ISBA code. Part B based on domestic provisions. So Code of Ethics Volume 1 is the revised counterpart of Part A of 2009. Volume 2 is revised counterpart of Part B, and Volume 3 is disciplinary case laws. Now, what is 2019 in a nutshell? It is 2019 Code of Ethics in a nutshell is that it is basically the fundamental principle of ethics of professional accountant. It is reflecting profession recognition in public interest and responsibility. Code basically establishing the standard expected behavior of a professional. So it is what I told you before also. It is a consciousness that is we are trying to create, and this code also giving us a conceptual framework of the ideal trait and how to address the trait. That is what may be the scenario. What may be the scenario you may come across, and what may be your safeguard. Again, the code is also discussing various application material to help the accountant to build this conceptual framework. So if you see this code, it is very elaborate and very wonderfully explained that how you can really safeguard and how can be the situation. And in case of audit and assurance engagement, the code is set down the independent standard. It was a newly introduced thing, the independent standard, and it is a very beautiful addition to this 2019 Code of Ethics. So now I will just give you a very brief of volume 1 of Code of Ethics, only touching the main points. So the volume 1 of Code of Ethics basically divided into part 1, which is the code fundamental principle, conceptual framework. Part 2, professional accountant in the business, it is applicable to them. Part 3, it is applicable to professional accountant in public practice. Then international independent standard, it is 4A and 4B in the code, it is coming, and it is covering in section 400 to section 999. And then again, this code is presented a glossary up to, it is applicable to all professional accountants. So if you don't able to understand any particular short form or any particular thing, you can go to the glossary and then you just find the word and you can understand the exact meaning of this particular word. Major change what happened in 2019 volume 1 is that international independent standard. Drafting pattern also changed. New structuring adopted. Responsibility increased, like farm networking, individual partners within the farm. This all has been incorporated in 2019. So it is basically widen our responsibility to the profession. So the requirement of the code is designated as R. So where you will find a R just beside a section, it is a must requirement. Application material designed with A. And application material basically here to provide you explanation and suggestions and matters. So if you refer to application material, you come across various type of explanation, which is really very practical, and it is helpful to understand what may be the case. Then paragraph 40080 to 89 and 90050 to 55 of the code address breach of independent standards. So suppose there is breach, then how it should be dealt with. Then professional accountant who identifies a breach of any other provision of the code shall evaluate the significance of the breach and its impact to the accountability and fundamental principle. So that is also very beautifully and elaborately discussed in 2019 Code of Ethics. Now there are some application restrictions in volume 1. There are 3 provisions which is not yet applicable, basically, which is NOC LAR, responding to non-compliance of code and regulation, which is section 260 and 360, fees relative size, which is paragraph 410.3 to 410.6, taxation service to audit client, that is subsection 604. With these 3 exceptions, all other provisions of the code are fully applicable with effect from 1st July 2020. Now, just quickly, we will see what is the fundamental principle of our audit profession, basically chartered accountant profession. It is integrity, objectivity, professional competence, confidentiality, and professional behavior. This 5 principle is the baseline of our profession. Now, during performing our practice, during performing our audit assignment, we can come across 5 traits. That is self-interest traits, that is self-review traits, advocacy traits, familiarity traits, intimidation traits. So all these traits will be discussed thoroughly later on, but I am giving you just a brief introduction that what kind of traits it may you may encounter wherever you are applying your auditing principle, or you are in middle of some assignment, or you are basically doing your work. Now, what is volume 2? Volume 2 structure is very simple. It is the 5 structure is there. This is chapter 1 is accounting and auditing standard. Chapter 2 is discuss Chartered Accountant Act, the first schedule and second schedule. Chapter 3, Council Guidelines for Advertisement 2008. Chapter 4, Council Guidelines of Advertisement, other Council Guidelines. And Chapter 5, the self-regulatory measures recommended by councils. There are other various self-regulatory measures recommended by the council time to time, and that's are very useful and interesting. So the major takeout of Code of Ethics 2019 Volume 2s are the changes in CA Amendment Act 2011, amendment in CA Regulation 1988, changes in Council Guidelines, Standards, Companies Act 2013, and changes in Code of Ethics are incorporated in 2019 Volume 2. Council decision and clarification given by ESP and other committee since 2009 also there in Volume 2. Changes in advisement guideline and council general guidelines also there. Changes in commentary under clause 6 and clause 7 of first schedule pertaining to solicitations and advertisement is also elaborately discussed. Changes in commentary under clause 8 of part 1 of first schedule regarding communication also very elaborately discussed to understand what exactly the expectation and what exactly is our duty as a professional accountant. So now just I give you a brief of CA logo guidelines. That what is a CA logo? It is a logo which is basically made to promote the brand CA professions. Now this CA logo is that management consultancy company shall neither be permitted to advertise nor use of this logo. Use of this logo can be used by member on letterhead, visiting card, etc. And council has made unique guidelines for this and from time to time they are actually making the guidelines and their decisions regarding this, and so that it is a proper guidance to the entire CA profession that how to use the common logo. And if you see the volume 2, you will find a detailed guideline that how to use it publicly CA logo, and this is one of the example, one of the how the CA logo looks like. And however, the mention of firm name is not permitted when a member sponsoring any activity relating to corporate social responsibility. So he can mention his individual name with a prefix CA, but firm name or CA logo he can't apply. Then again, another brief guideline of corporate form of practice guideline. So it is again a very good initiative from institute side and from council side. So here the council decided to allow members to hold office of managing director, full-time director, or manager of a body corporate within the meaning of Companies Act, provided that the corporate is engaged exclusively in rendering management consultancy and other services. So there are list of management consultancy services what council permitted as a management consulting service, and it is available in volume 2 under corporate form of practice. But one thing, the expression management consultancy services shall not include the function of a statutory or periodical audit, tax, both direct, indirect, representation or advice concerning tax matter, or acting as a liquidator, trustee, executor, administrator, arbitrator, or receiver. So there are a list of other services which is permitted, and it is available in under corporate form of practice guideline in volume 2. Now I will give you a brief of what is advertisement guideline. Now we all know that a member can advertise through a write-up about their particulars and firms and services provided by them, but it is all subject to this guideline. So the main interest here is that we should maintain the good professional reputation and dignity, and we should always aware that we are serving public, and public interest is our motto. So that member should ensure that whatever write-up is delivering, it should be true and must not have any conformity with the guidelines of the institute and aware of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India's guidance about the advertisement. Council permitted networking amongst the firm registered in the institute. A member of the network may advertise to the extent permitted by the advertisement guideline, basically, and it is again very widely discussed in our advertisement guideline that how network firm can advertise. And again, in networking guideline also, it is also discussed in very good way. Now I will give you a brief of website guidelines. This is another. You will find this in website guidelines. So why I write guidelines? Because you find website guideline in volume 2, and with and it is continuation of this website guideline. Another advisory has been issued by ICAI, that what is the commonly find error in a CA website. We will come there later. So first, let me just have a brief of website guidelines. It is the actual format of website is not prescribed or not any standardized form of website given or provided. It is because we always believe that the independence of member and the generosity and the good practices among the members. So there is no general format basically. The chartered accountant firm website should run in a pull model, not in a push model. So it should adhere to the website guidelines, and basically the information which is very specific to need to be provided, that should be there in the website. That is the guideline. That is the main point of the guideline. Now I will discuss what is the CA advisory dated 14/10/2020. It was observed that in various websites there are some divergence from the website guidelines. On 14th October 2020, Institute under clause 6 and 7, they come across around 29 points where they observed there is the divergence from the website guidelines, and they published an advisory to guide CA fraternity then how a website should function. And it is basically in support of clause 6 and 7 of part 1 of the first schedule, that how we can develop a website without hitting the provisions of clause 6 and 7. So there are 29 commonly observed error, like client name, logo, then sometime writing firm name, which is tantamount to logo, then mention of professional face, then photographs other than passport size photograph, then use of expressions such as leading firm, best firm, claiming have liaison to government offices, mentioning activities in the form of business and occupations, mentioning activities of other business like book author, teaching activities, like activities which are not as a not to be done as a practicing member, like arrangement of loans, link of organization which do not fall on the permitted categories, example commercial companies, videos other than educational videos like firm profile, canvassing elections, mentioning subjective claims like having presence in big cities, best quality of services, mentioning CSR contribution, like award, again tier 2 firm, then the particular like giving training services, then mentioning media coverage, ISO certification, testimonial of client's name, government department logos, startup like ISO certification, Startup India logos, mentioning update which not falling under professional update categories, then empanelment with other organizations and mentioning engagement of firms in social activities. So there are various advertisement and commodity services. So there are various areas that has been observed where the CA firm website has a divergence and of schedule first schedule section 6 and section 7. So this all are the brief basically introduction kind of thing I can tell you that commonly observed error in CA firm's website. And now let us discuss very quickly what is the volume 3 of Code of Ethics. Volume 3 of Code of Ethics majorly comprises of case laws. So all case law now available in volume 3 and incorporated in a precise manner, properly numbered and up to 1st April 2019 it is there. So with this I'm just handing over to Jalani sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and over to you. Thank you.
Over to Jalani, sir. Sir, I think she has completed. So now over to you, sir.
Over to you, Vijay sir. So all yours, sir.
Mute पे sir. You are on mute. Mute पे sir. Mute पे.
Vijay sir, your mic is not on.
अपने यहाँ से हो सकता है क्या, जरा देखो अपनी साइड से कर दो.
हो गया
सर, मॉडरेटर ने किया.
Thank you, sir. Our dear past President Chhajar ji, my colleague in the council, Durgesh Kabra ji, Speaker of the day, Mrs. Roy, office bearers of the Borivali branch chapter. When I got the invitation through Durgesh Kabra ji, I thought he has invited me in the first week of May for 15th June. So might be I may come to the Mumbai. So that's why I accepted the invitation. But I never knew that it will not be possible to come. Anyway, so then I suggested the organizers to include the name of Mrs. Roy also, because she could tell us a theoretical portion. And as all of you are aware, that advisory which we issued through ESB in October 2020, being a member of ESB, I was authorized by the then president to conduct this survey for few of the websites of the partnership firms and individual members of our profession, and to find out if any kind of deficiency we observe. So frankly speaking, I handed over this job to Mrs. Roy only, who helped me in going through by more than 100 websites of the CA firms, and then we came out with the few observations which we have brought to you before all the fraternity through our advisory. Friends, the thing is the word ethics. Do we need code of ethics? There can be an option that why should we need code of ethics? Because we all are such mature person that we know we should do right thing only, and we know what is right, what is wrong. And the third option is, even if there is a code of ethics, it doesn't matter to the profession, brother, because he will do whatever way he wants to do. So these are the three options before us. Yes, sir. So friends, let me tell you, the word ethics start with our conscious. The moment you do anything, your conscious tells you that the things which you planning to do is right or wrong. our conscience is very, supportive of us. It tells you, but then suppose I am adamant to do that thing, then I find out the way and I convince my conscience first. No, it is not prohibited anywhere. So fine, I can do it. So that is the ethics. I give you one example because my job is to tell you the things with practical examples. There was a advertisement by the Ministry of Minority Affairs last year, 2 years back, and they wanted some chartered accountant services to verify certain files of the applicants who wanted to go on Hajj, so that government can bear their expenditure. So what the ministry did, they took out 10 or 12 CA firms name through CAG. And CAG provided naturally the names of the bigger firms. And out of the 12 firms, the highest price quoted by one firm was 5,500 for per file. Now, because office bearers are available with me, I can ask the office bearer if the highest bidder is saying that I will charge 5,500. What could have you imagine that the lowest bidder quoted? Any amount do you have in your mind? Nilesh? Mute hai aap.
Less than 1,000?
At least 1,000 you say?
Yeah, the lowest one.
Yeah, it should be, in your opinion, it should be at least 1,000.
No, the
But
lowest
for the
one may-
members, but for the knowledge of all the participants today, the lowest firm quoted 90 paisa including GST. So here the ethics are involved. Technically, the firm could have said that it is my wish, where it is written that I cannot quote 90 paisa. And they are right. Because they can quote 90 paisa. They could have quoted 50 paisa also. But is it ethically correct? Here lies the ethics. And for your information, the government awarded the work to the lowest one because government has a policy that L1 has to be given the job. So we have to think, brother, sisters, whatever we do technically may be legal. It can't be challenged. We cannot challenge what you are doing. But is it ethically correct? That's where lies the ethical standards. Even we have brought out these 3 books. They have no meaning, I am telling you. Because if you see the 3rd volume, it carries more than 400 disciplinary cases on the ethics only. Which means that whether there is a ethics or no ethics, we are bound to violate. So what I am trying to emphasize that we are a fraternity of such a high standard profession that we know what is ethically correct and what is ethically not correct. We know it very well. But should we follow our conscience? I ask you one more question. Those who make very vibrant website of their firms, please tell me, suppose your practicing is of 2 crore rupees a year, and out of that 2 crore, how much you are earning because you have a website, good website? More than 25%? If it is more than 25% just because of a website, I can say you make whatever website you want to make because you are getting business. But I think it is not correct. our whole business, our whole practice depends on word of mouth by our clients, by your expertise. Website has not generated the business the way we violate the guidelines of the institute. I'm trying to say it. If my website, I put a logo because 3 years back I did a certification job of Reliance, and I put a Reliance logo and I give my client's detail. Reliance is my client. Is it helping us? Not helping. If the chartered and chartered company bifurcate their chartered words, they write chartered in the big letters, and after C, within bracket they write, if they write like this, C means clean image, H means honest, A means approachable, double J means jewel of jewels, and E means expert, and D means dedicated. This is the meaning of chartered they are given in their letterhead. Is it ethically correct? chartered साहब बुरा नहीं मानना, मैं आपका एग्जांपल इसलिए ले रहा हूं ताकि लोग अच्छी तरह सुन लेंगे उसको. किसी और का लेता तो शायद सुनते नहीं. And I am not, the real firm name I am not quoting because I am not supposed to give. It has happened. We observed it. This thing we have observed. I have a book provided by Mrs. Roy, citing all the violations of about 100 firms. On that basis, we came out that value of 49 points. A firm of chartered accountants, very big firm of Rajasthan, they are mentioning in their website deals in real estate. Can we do it? A firm writes in their website, good negotiator with government offices. They're writing in their website, good negotiator with the government offices. So I don't know whether out of it they are getting any job, then it's all right. Likewise, most of the firms they write top class, top CA firms, top class experts available. And then few firms, they are even giving additional information like rating of movies, शोले को क्या number दिए public ने, international news they are putting there on the website. Chartered have told that every detailed professional information on your website should be on pull request basis, not push basis, push word basis. And I hope all of us we know what is push method and what is pull method. Push method is the moment I open your website, you yourself are giving me the details. And pull method is that if I ask you through my click that give me more details of your firm, then you show that more details. This is pull method. And it is written in our code of ethics also that push method, push mode is not allowed, only pull method can be used in your website. One more important news, what we saw, normally every CA firm, they get their website developed through some web firms. And these web firms, because they have created our website and we are not aware what they have done, they have sold your website space to the software companies like Google's and others. And once I open the Chartered and Chartered website, I immediately find that there is an advertisement on Amazon.com. that 50% discount available on audit books. And that website developer who has developed our website, he is earning out of it. I have given a very light example. What we observed, I want to, make you aware. In one of our past council members' firm, what we found in websites, the advertisement of porn images. And then I telephoned him, sir, I know you have not done it. Please rectify it. So why we are so much, obsessed with that we should have a highly designed website of our firm so that, once if anybody opens, he should be impressed. The opener of the site may be impressed with your website, but you are not knowing that what kind of violations your website has done as far as our code of ethics is concerned. What other firms are? Our code of ethics says that you can use only passport size photographs of yours and your partners. But many CA firms' website, this is again violated. Somebody is giving the picture, shaking hand with the President of India, Abdul Kalam. Somebody giving picture, shaking hand with the Prime Minister of India. They may be approachable to President and Prime Minister, but as far as our guidelines are concerned, it is not allowed. Some firms, they are showing in their website that kind of CSR activities they are doing. They are, they have opened few schools, they are running few colleges. It is good charitable job, but as far as our code of ethics, it does not permit that we should advertise on these functions of our firm or partners on the website. Most of the firms, what we observed, they, in their service, what kind of service they provide, they write number of such services which we as a chartered accountant are not supposed to write. Family settlement, citizenship, migration. These are the things which our members' website are showing. So what I'm trying to tell that, because every day, still as on date also, we did observe website of 5-6 firms, because our purpose is to guide the members that please don't do it. Nobody wants to take action against the members because of these violations, until unless there is a complaint received by the DC along with the fees, as Chaudhary told us. And whatever 450 cases we mentioned here, which have been decided, it is all because of somebody filed a complaint against us on one of the other ethical violations. Like, I give you the latest example. In 2000, it is a decision of the 2019 only, that a chartered accountant accepted the empanelment as an observer of C examination. Like, in exam centers, we appoint the ICI exam committee, they appoints observer members who are the member of the institute to go to various exam centers and observe whether the functioning is going on well or not. This case says that member accepted the empanelment as observer, though his brother was sitting in the exam. And I am telling you, this is a common violations we can find. because हमको लगता है कि किसको पता है कि मेरा भाई मेरा भतीजा जो कि ब्लड रिलेशन में हमने रेस्ट्रिक्शन लगा रखी है वो बैठ रहा है कि नहीं बैठ रहा है, किसको पता लगेगा। लेकिन अब इस केस में किसी को तो पता लगा, उसने कंप्लेंट फाइल करी और 2500 रुपीज भी पे करे उसने अपनी जेब से, कंप्लेनेंट ने। So what I'm trying to say again and again, because we all are partially qualified, some are like rather seniors to me, we cannot teach, nobody can teach us ethics. I'm telling you. It is only our mindset. If you want to adhere, then our conscience tell us what is wrong, what is right. If you don't want to follow good ethics, then we try to find out the way out to explain our mind. नहीं नहीं इसमें कुछ नहीं है, ये तो उसने भी किया था, तो मेरे करने से क्या हो जाएगा, और किसको पता लगेगा ये कि मैंने ये किया है। So this is all about ethics, sir. The more we read our books, the more we find that what kind of violations our members might have been doing. Like the most vigilant observation and most violative that what I found is that the CA firm is putting the real estate buildings which they are constructing in their other firm name, but they are making, projecting on their own CA firm's website. Thus, we are constructing this building in Mumbai. So that's what I wanted to say, that time to time, Institute do try to find out that what our members might be, violating certain guidelines, and we try to guide them through advisory that please look into it. Because as a government nominee, I am telling you, because I have a right to, give some suggestions to the members, because being a government nominee, that even a single member does something wrong who belongs to our profession, the ultimate message which the government receives, that profession is not under control. And what the media does, like in last week in Delhi, some online fraud of 150 crore was found by police, and every newspaper, they carried the news in bold that out of 12 persons who were arrested, 2 were chartered accountants. They could have said 2 were professional, but because our degree is so prestigious that the reader will read the news because the word chartered accountant has come in the news item. Because they want to make their own TRP through this. So you can see the plus and minus of what we does. I think I've talked to you very practical things, and Mrs. Roy, she has given you the theoretical aspect. If we can have some question answer, if organizers allows, I don't know what is their, how they go ahead. If there are question answers, we can take.
Yeah.
That's all available.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I
ठीक.
would like to request Vishal to please take the question answers, please.
Yes, sir, we have got 2 questions. One question is,
Questions के answer Chagar साहब भी देंगे, being a ESB chairman, he has to answer.
yes, yours. Can we give any prospective client the profile of the firm in case they ask for that, and any proposed commercial for the service required?
Chagar ji, नहीं है. See, if the client,
Sir, Sajarji wants you to answer the questions.
okay. See, if the client's requesting you to give the profile, then of course we can give. I have already told you. If it is on pull method means somebody is requesting you to provide a profile. Then we can give. But we cannot do that. You came to know that somebody has opened a store next to your house and you get your profile delivered through your PN कि जरा दया हो सकता है उसको CA की जरूरत तो मैं पास में ही हूँ. That we cannot do. And if client is asking a quote also, we can give quote also. But I forgot to tell you one thing, that many websites, they write something like free tax return, filing of free tax return. It is very social function, but it is a violation of the code of ethics. You may not charge after you finish your work, but you cannot advertise that I file tax return free of charge. That is violation.
Yes, thank you. So next question is whether Google Ad is classified as a push method.
Mr. Roy? Patrick, can you answer?
Yes, Google Ad is not allowed. In our website, Google Ad is not allowed because our website is only for us, for our profession. So if we give any kind of advertisement or any kind of thing which is not related to our own profession, it is not allowed. It is against our ethics.
Next is why ICAI have restriction on small company audit, and as there is no limit for from company law, is related to limitation of the audit.
नहीं, ऑडिट लिमिटेशन तो कंपनी एक्ट में भी है. There is there company act में भी तो number of companies. That is there. Yeah. And you see, point is not that. Again, I am trying to tell you one more very good thing. That is, a few years back, about 5 years back, CAG sent us the list to the institute and giving the name of few chartered accountants who did tax audit. One did 4,000 tax audit. Individual CA carried out 4,000 tax audits. So that the list came to the institute and institute started, DC proceedings. And I tell you that as a matter of fact, as a fundamental right, there has been a court decision also, I think. Court said you cannot restrict the work of a professional. So what I'm trying to tell you, but we have to think, can a single person in 1 or 2 months' time can carry out 4,000 tax audit with due diligence? The points come here. Though you may win the case when we have capped the tax audit, income tax audit limit also. How many one per firm or per CA can do? We can challenge there, and court may give decision in your favor also. But why the institute has capped? Keeping it in mind that it is a occasional work, comes in last August, September, whatever dates are there, and council felt that a single chartered accountant, if we follow all the rules and regulation of the income tax audit rules, may not be able to do more than such number of audits. That's why they capped it. But you can do it. Nobody can, rather a non-chartered accountant are doing. Or if you are asking me, advocates are having our rubber stamp of a chartered accountant and they are putting and they are just sending money to me in the evening that I have put signature or your stamp on so many forms, tax audit. So, see, it is our mindset. I am trying to tell you again and again. Code of ethics is nothing. Forget about it. Your own conscience tells you whether you are doing this thing right or wrong. That's all.
So next question is, can we give testimonial on website?
Mrs. Roy.
Testimonial about client, means testimonial we can give, like which is within the guidelines of the institute basically. So we can give a small write-off about our firm, about our partner, but we should always keep in the mind that testimonial should not hit section 6 and section 7 of first schedule, which is solicitation and advertisement. Writing client name openly or writing anything which is actually indirect advertisement of self or indirect advertisement to the firm is not allowed. See, there is nothing precisely we can tell that it is advertisement, it is not advertisement. But we have a very good council guidelines where every point is noted there properly. So if we see that, we can really come to understand that what should we write, what should we not write. So testimonial is okay, but as per council guidelines, obviously.
Thank you.
Vishal, what Mrs. Roy has said is very right, because you cannot advertise when the logo of a firm or name of logo of a private company or name of a company is not permitted as per the guidelines. In the testimonial, automatically name of your client will come. So it is also not permitted in the same way. So what I believe is that testimonial is not permitted and one should not do. It will tantamount to the violation of code.
Indirect advertisement.
Yeah.
Next question. Can a practicing CA share office on rent with insurance agent?
No.
Yes.
See, this is not the professional activity we are indulging. That is not there.
Next
See, I tell you one thing. If you develop your website, because today our main focus is website and advertisement. The moment we start developing our website, you please just go through the advisory issued by ICI in the October 2020. We have tried to cover up all the possible deficiencies which we found during our, inspection of the various websites of the firm. Like, one firm, it says they do property registration also. They help in doing the property registration also. और उसमें क्या क्या करते हैं, ई स्टैंपिंग करवा देंगे आपकी, प्रॉपर्टी रजिस्ट्रेशन दिल्ली में भी करवा देंगे, बाहर भी करवा देंगे, अपॉइंटमेंट फॉर प्रॉपर्टी एजेंट का भी कर देंगे वो, अगर आपको एजेंट भी चाहिए तो वो एजेंट भी ढूंढ के दे देंगे आपको. All these they have written in their website. Can we do it? So the funda is, because our today's focus is on our website and advertisement. While doing this, we have to see what is ethically correct or not correct. Is it? And it is very simple. The moment we start developing our website, what we can give, what we cannot give, passport size photo we should give, or shaking hand with the President of India, we can project in our website. All these are replied in our advisory, 29 advisory issued by the Institute in October 2020. And then President, Mr. Atul Gupta, told me that, because I was the convener of this group who was supposed to verify the websites, he told me that we will give 3 months time, and January we will issue some few show causes, even if they don't rectify, and we gave 5 to 10 show causes also, and we got respond from majority of them, and they replied us that they have corrected their website. So that is the aim of our institute, that if we come across any deficiency, we want to inform to our member, and member should rectify, that's all. Because Mr. Chhajar is very pro-professional, brothers. He said, it is not our job to punish them. We should advise them again and again. And I agree with Chajarji. Our main aim is to guide our members. Chajar साहब चले गए क्या? चलिए
हो सकता है कोई दूसरा मीटिंग भी अटेंड कर रहा है.
कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है.
So next question. What are the restrictions on fonts and colors, designs to be used?
चार्जर साहब आ गए थे.
Chajar साहब,
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was on another con call also. Some, committee
मैं
meeting
यही-
is also going on.
मैं यही कह रहा था. छाजर साहब मेरे को बार बार बोलते थे कि हमको पनिशमेंट के लिए नहीं सोच रहे, हमको गाइड करना है मेंबर्स को बस.
Because I
So-
strongly feel ICI is members
yes.
institution. It is all our family.
Yes,
And
yes.
as a
That's what I
together,
am
we
saying.
have to, as I said in the beginning, we have to preserve this brand of CA profession world over. So absolutely, there is never that intention. Ultimately, even I said, now please give suggestions how we can,
Yes.
modify the code if something practically is not good also. Thank you.
The next question is registration on Just Dial and Urban Club allowed? Roy, ma'am.
Mrs. Roy,
Actually, it is not allowed. So now just Praful sir told that from this month, I see our own institute is coming with a search portal to help member on this regard. So it is a request to each and every member that please enroll there. Just Dial or any other aggregator site actually not allowed.
That is again advertisement, na? That is
Yes.
again, you are paying some fee, you are listing yourself, you are pushing yourself to the crowd at large.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the way Just Dial is operating, that minimum fees and all that criteria is also there. Not Just Dial, if you see any other aggregator site, so it is actually clear violation of our code of ethics. So it is recommended not to register there.
और सर मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, बुरा नहीं मानिएगा. जो क्वेश्चन आप पूछ रहे हैं ना, आपको आंसर इनकी खुद को मालूम है, इसलिए
Yes.
वे क्वेश्चन बन गए हैं. इसीलिए क्वेश्चन बने हैं ये. इसलिए मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूँ कि हमारे किसी को गाइड करने से कोई मेंबर गाइड नहीं होगा. मेंबर को अपना माइंड सेट तय करना है कि उसको क्या करना है. दैट्स ऑल.
सही बात.
हमारे कहने से कि ये गलत है, सही है, क्वेश्चन वही आ रहे हैं जो कि आपको मालूम है कि शायद ये गलत होगा, इसलिए आप पूछ रहे हैं.
वो कंफर्मेशन लेना चाहते हैं.
हाँ, बस यही, वो हमारी ओपिनियन लेना चाहते हैं. हमारी ओपिनियन से भी कुछ नहीं होगा. करना उन्होंने वही है जो कर रहे हैं वो. यही प्रॉब्लम सबसे बड़ी यही है.
Yeah. The next question is on the same line. Can a CA be a member with networking website like BNI, Roundtable, etc.?
Networking guideline is to be followed. It is open secret, BNI and all this,
Yeah.
but it is not allowed. Wherever is networking is there, we should follow strictly networking guidelines issued by institute.
At some point of time, they become a member of the BNI, but they don't disclose that they are a chartered accountant. They register as a advisor or something.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Then it will be allowed, or still
No. It is ethically speaking, it is not allowed.
yeah.
If someone is not showing his own identity, then obviously nobody.
Friends, one important thing which I think every speaker is trying to tell, and we are also trying to convey, this is a self-regulatory profession. So self-regulatory does not mean that it will be regulated by council or the regional council or the branch or the study circle. It is the self-regulation. What you feel, whether by attending this BNI meet, XYZ meet, whether I'll be promoting myself in terms of advertising. See, if you are qualified, super qualified, naturally people will invite you as a speaker. Somebody will invite you for some other guidances and all those things. That is all permitted. That is all welcomed by everybody also. But somebody, as Jalani sir was mentioning in the previous question, that you know the answer, still you are asking a question. So my only request to all my dear friends, and now being the past president, I can say globally this brand ICI is really valued very high. And that is the reason our 50,000 chartered accountants are holding various key position across the, you see the profile of the CAs and you will be all feel yourself very proud that once upon a time even they were the students of this particular great institution. So together we have to build. Somebody can make the error, and as I was mentioning, everybody is saying we are not here to find the faults, but let us improve the system. Let us be into that league also. Tomorrow it should not happen that our house is messy and government is thinking of another institution or something of that sort. Of course, that will never happen. But what I am trying to tell, my request sincere, ethics is nothing like self-discipline, how you behave yourself in your home, your house, when you travel in the local train. Correct, na? You might be super built, but you don't push somebody who is a thin person. In the local also, you try to accommodate. On the contrary, you give more space to that particular boy or girl who is trying and struggling for their studies. So in ethics also, it is like that. You are also settled, you are also professional. Everybody is with the grace of God. It's 5 years, 7 years in the profession kind of thing. So it is an accommodative process where you can actually help that member, okay, come forward, and this is the family kind of thing. So again, nothing like that, because we cannot put everything in black and white. Nah?
Yeah.
Now today we are talking about, there was some guidance from the council about BNI. Tomorrow something XYZ network will come where again same facilities will be there. This is the era of technology. Somebody can start the app available here like Zomato kind of thing. So chartered accountant on tap, etc., etc. So all these things are, friends, ultimately it is your and my brand. So keep that thing in mind, and I think everything will be solved without asking questions also.
Yeah, I think majority of the questions you have answered in this.
And moreover, again, I request all the participants who are listening still to us that please go through the 29-point advisory issued by the ESP. If you go through all the 29, I think the half of the question which you have raised, you would not have raised. We have tried to, reply all such questions in our 29-point advisory.
Okay, sir.
Everything is given there, advisory yes or no, whether you can do it or not. Like, I just going through the papers, one member's firm's website says family office. They have a family office also to deal with the family matters, and which says identifying investment opportunities for family surplus funds. And citizenship, अगर आपको यूएस की citizenship चाहिए तो you can contact this one. This is a firm's website. Technically, firm can challenge. Why can't I do this job? I have a family business division also. I technically, maybe he is right. I am not saying that he is wrong. But is ethically correct for a CA firm to advertise that they deal in this service also? That is the question. Where, like Chhajar Sahab is saying again and again, it is self-disciplined. If you want that, you want to work within the four corners of the ethics, there is one way. If you want to do whatever you want to do, whenever you will be caught or whenever there will be a complaint in the institute, institute will deal with that. That's all. Because I'll tell you one good example. Once I was sitting with the then Finance Minister Yashwant Chauhan, physical one-to-one meet, and he asked me one thing. Told me one thing that many times people ask me कि सर हम तो इनकम टैक्स देते हैं और इतने लोग हैं जो इनकम टैक्स नहीं देते हैं, उनका आप कुछ क्या कर लेते हो? यशवंत सिन्हा जी ने रिप्लाई किया था कि आप बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं, हम उनका कुछ नहीं करते हैं, आप भी मत दीजिए, लेकिन जिस दिन आप हमारे उसमें आ जाएंगे एम्बिट में, फिर देख लेंगे हम. वो कहते हैं यू आर राइट, हम कितनों को पकड़ते हैं, लेकिन जब कोई पकड़ा जाता है उसको फिर हम देख लेते हैं. तो वही इश्यू है कि वायलेशन पता नहीं 1 लाख मेंबर्स में से कितने कर रहे हैं, सवाल वो नहीं है. सवाल ये है कि अगर इंस्टीट्यूट पे कोई ऑफिशियली कंप्लेंट फाइल कर देता है तो फिर वो डील हो जाती है. और ये जो 3rd वॉल्यूम है 428 केसेस का, ये वही है. That is the thing.
Sir, majority of the questions are on the same line. So shall I take it further?
I don't think, because I have given you the very good advice that in our 29-point advisory, everything is mentioned. The need is that members should clearly go through that advisory, and you can, Mrs. Roy can send you an email and you can circulate it among our members. There is no issue. But if anything else, which is, you find that some new development has come, which need to be answered, I think if that is there, then we are there to answer.
No, all the questions are on the same line. It's regarding the page on Facebook, Instagram, whether can a CA write before his name, FB ID and Instagram ID?
Mrs. Roy,
Can you please repeat this question once, sir?
Can a CA write before his name on FB ID or Instagram ID on social platform? Means on Insta and FB, can a CA member write a CA and ID? It's like CA Vishal Joshi.
See, the thing is, writing CA is not the advertisement. Advertisement is what you are promoting your firm, etc.
Yeah.
As you can use CA logo in your, communications, etc. So doctors, like doctor everywhere, they will write doctor. Even at the nameplate outside their home, they will write doctor. So like that, putting a CA XYZ outside your home is not the advertisement. It is the qualification which you have acquired. It is the nomenclature. You are not using that, as for advertisement. So you can, according to me, again, as I said, these are all personal use, but according to me, one can always write. Like now everybody's, you see, even on the screen, everybody, all of us, we are writing CA Praful Chajed, CA Roy, CA this, CA Durgesh Kabra. So it is all allowed now, because everywhere you should be known. Why we allowed this particular two name prefix? Earlier they were not there.
Yeah.
So it was to identify the chartered accountant, and it was with that particular intention we allowed this kind of, using the prefix. So they are not nowhere. It is an advertisement. You can always write as a CA XYZ on wherever you are writing, because that is the identification. Because same name can be, say Sanjay Gupta. There could be 5 Sanjay Gupta. How you will find one CA Sanjay Gupta? That means you are near to that particular person in terms of, knowing that particular.
Yes, sir. Next question is, I think, can a practicing CA give investment advisory also?
No. CA can do all those work which are specifically mentioned in CA Act and in council guideline time to time. Like in management corporate form of practice, they give around 20, 25, more than 25 basically. I am not sure about the numbers, that what kind of practice a CA can take. So whatever practice we will do, it should be there in our either our CA Act or in council guidelines. So insurance advisory specifically is not there. So it is not.
No, it is investment advisory.
Investment advisory is not.
Issue is, Joshi, issue is not that what we can do, what we cannot do. I know still I can provide investment advisory, but only issue is I should not advertise it on my website. We are talking about the website and advertisement by a CA firm. Many things I do may not be related to my CA profession. But the issue we are discussing is, can we put it on our website? Can I advertise as a CA firm that I provide this service also? That is the issue. Like I told you, one CA firm, they have given the pictures of their building which they are constructing, their real estate firm division. But they have given this picture in their CA firm website.
See, the thing is,
They can do.
One important thing, when we talked about corporate form of practice, allowing members to have, the private limited kind of setup, there are certain things which your normal chartered accountant could not have done. It is allowed. So some insurance activities also allowed over there. Of course, you cannot become the insurance agent per se, etc. But there are certain things I request members to go through that particular permitted activities under corporate form of practice. And there you will find certain guidance as far as even investments also. I don't think you can take the the mutual fund distributorship as such, but they are advisory kind of thing, because again that is the advisory things which are being permitted under that corporate form of practice. And there, that was the whole idea, that there could be certain areas, just because somebody is a chartered accountant, he is having that particular knowledge, but he also holding a certificate of practice, he is not able to give certain kind of services under the CA form. And therefore, to help our members with the passage of the time, newer areas, the ICAI from time and again has allowed certain things. So I request all the members that there will be a detailed guidelines, etc. That will be, it is available on the ICAI website. Please go through it and you will get the necessary guidance also over there.
Thank you. Thank you. I think majority of the questions are covered.
Convener sir, I have to leave for another one webinar also there. So with your permission, with permission of both the speakers, and thank you Durgesh bhai, thank you team. Please allow me to.
I think there is no question. I think he is concluding.
Yeah, so there is no more questions now. All the questions are answered. I think Nilesh, please take over this. Your mic is
mute, Nilesh. You are on mute.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, some one or two questions are remaining, I think so. They're important questions. Normally, banks are demanding for a CA signed profit and loss account balance sheet computation and everything. We are not allowed to do a certified true copy. Normally, member is always confused whether we should certify or we should not certify. So, anything on that, sir? I think Praful sir is not there. Vijay sir?
You see, we as a practicing chartered accountant, we cannot give projections of any client, and we cannot certify the projections.
These are the projections. So whatever has been filed earlier, it is the same thing.
No, come again.
Certified true copy. Can we do a certified true copy?
Copies of the returns already filed.
We cannot. No, we cannot.
But normally bank insists for this. Then what should be done?
No, if it is signed by you only, then you can certify.
You have to say no. Nilesh, even
if it is no, it is. If it is signed, if you yourself are the auditor, then you can certify it as a photocopy also. But if you are not done, you are not signed it, then how can you certify?
So those audit reports that we have audited, we can sign on the true copies also.
Yeah, that is our document. We have signed original also.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words and for your explanation on the said topic, elaborate topic. Now I'd request Dipen Sumaria to please propose a very well deserved vote of thanks to CA Mrs. Roy and Advocate Vijay Jalani ji.
Thank you, Nilesh bhai. It is an indeed pleasure to well deserve vote of thanks to both the speaker. I would like to thank you and Durgesh ji and Prafulla ji for sparing their valuable time. Thank you, Vijay sir and Roy madam, for sparing your valuable time and enlightening our members and us. It was an excellent session, and thank you for enlightening us on what is allowed under ICAI as an ethics, and what are the also pointing out what are the flaws which are currently many CA firms are having in not mandatory following the code of ethics of ICAI. We thank you for sharing a detailed presentation which would be useful for us and even for our members. Thank you, members. Thank you, sir. I will request everyone to greet them with a loud applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jalani sir. Thank you, Mrs. Roy.